Hello, algebra students. The most important thing to this problem is going to be breathing. Again, it's one of those that looks so much more complicated than it actually is. Let's tackle it together. So Rana sells keychains online. Use the inequality 15x minus 270 is greater than 0 to find x, the number of keychains she must sell in a month to make a profit. So it looks complex, but I got excited when I saw that this word problem has the inequality already. Look at what they say to us. They say use this inequality, 15x minus 270 is greater than 0, to find x. They're telling us to solve it for x, and it's not even a challenging inequality. We can do this. So let's write it down. 15x minus 270 is greater than 0. And let's solve it for x. Let's get x alone on its side of the inequality symbol. So we can see that there's two numbers over there on the left hanging out with x. And it's a really straightforward example. There's no simplifying to do. The letter's only on one side. All we have to do is work to get the numbers away. We're solving, so we're going to work the order of operations backwards. So let me move anything adding or subtracting first. And of course, we're using opposites on both sides when we're getting rid of math, when we're solving. And now let's see what our new equivalent inequality will be. Subtracting 270 and adding 270 are opposites. They cancel. I've just got 15x on the left-hand side. Adding never ever affects the inequality symbol. And 0 plus 270 is just 270. I'm almost done. X is almost alone, but I have to get rid of this 15. It's multiplying with x, so I'll do the opposite. I'll divide. I can do that. I can be disobedient as long as I maintain that relationship between the left and the right-hand side. So I'm going to do the same thing on the right. Multiplying and dividing by 15 are opposites. They cancel. X alone, just like I wanted. Now, careful, I did divide, which can sometimes affect the inequality symbol, but I divided by a positive, not a negative. And so I'm going to have the very same symbol. I have not done anything that would change that. And then, what is 270 divided by 15? I am very tired. What is it? 18? Oh my gosh, you guys. And I don't have my calculator today, so you get to watch me struggle. 15 goes into 27 once. 15, 120, 1530, yes, 18. Holy moly. Beautiful. And so I have this inequality, x, and then this symbol here, 18. Now, unfortunately, take a look at my answers. Now's when the fact that this is a word problem is going to come into play, because they're not asking me for my answer in the form of an inequality. They're asking for my answer in English, in an English sentence. So we have to be able to translate this inequality into English in order to understand it. And this is when it becomes really, really, really important to be able to read these symbols as not just alligator faces, right? You got to be able to read that sucker. So remember, if you get stuck on how to read that, is that a less than? Is that a greater than? Bust out your number line. Those arrows we use, those little inequality symbols, are the arrows off the end of the number line. So just like a number line, when you go off to the left, gets less, this is the less than sign. And just like a number line, when you go off to the right, gets bigger, this guy on the right-hand side is a greater than sign, pointing off in the greater than direction. And you can see that's the direction our little arrow is pointing. So this says x. What is x? Number of keychains. So the number of keychains has got to be greater than 18. And look at my answers here. Rana must sell less than 18 keychains. That doesn't make sense. She's not going to sell less than 18 to make a profit. Rana must sell more than 18 keychains. Wonderful. And of course, it has nothing to do with 26. B is the correct answer. Nice job, guys. But see what I'm saying about that intimidation factor? Don't let yourself get intimidated, okay? First thing I want you to do, if it says use the inequality or use the equation to solve, just pull that inequality or equation out of your word problem. Let your algebra skills kick in, and then if we need to, we'll go back to the word problem in order to interpret our answer. But we're strong in those algebra skills for a reason. No more getting intimidated by these word problems that seem to mix up those two skills. They're not nearly as hard as they seem. All right, you guys, super proud of you. Happy learning.